Okay, settle in folks, because this is a big one. A total of 8 maps were created as part of the July 2021 Overgrowth Map Jam. For those out of the loop, every couple of months the fantastic Overgrowth community comes together to create custom maps over the course of a week or two. And while most jams have a theme, this time things were mixed up a little and any theme was allowed. And the results were wild. So let's jump right in. These first 2 maps weren't actually eligible to win, but are still pretty awesome. Overceiver is a pretty simple map to explain, but the results are incredible. With this map, Girth attempted to answer the question, can you play Receiver in Overgrowth? And the answer is... kinda. This slightly simplified clone of Receiver was built entirely in Overgrowth. However, after the 5th or 6th time a drone blindsides you and ruins your run, you will completely forget that you're playing that rabbit fighting game thing. This world is also not your true reality in Overceiver. Strange question, have you ever played Koko Rokko for the PSP? Well, if you have, then Alpine's map Koko Rokko will feel very familiar to you. In this tech demo, you play an oversized rat with the ability to split themselves into a lot more reasonably sized rodents. Maybe you want to break into small groups of regular sized troops. Maybe you want to be a swarm of as many fighters as the engine will allow. Maybe you want to be a huge hero with a tiny sidekick. There are so many possibilities when you have the power of division. Divide and conquer in Koko Rokko. Okay, now we're moving on to the actual contenders, and first up is Alpine's take on Overgrowth I'm gonna do that one again. And first up is Alpine's take on Overgrowth football, Bunny Kickers. In a rare multiplayer entry, this map pits 2 players or 2 pairs of players against each other in a simple match of football, but with the fantastic physics we love from Overgrowth. Leaping through the air to get to the ball first, getting blasted into a ragdoll tumble after taking a blow to the brain, it's beautiful in its simplicity and tons of fun. Shoot your shot in Bunny Kickers. Next up, we have the delightfully bonkers Euphoria Chad. Sometimes a map comes along that's so self-aware in its weirdness that it becomes beautiful, and this creation by Daru is one such map. At its core, Euphoria Chad is about self-improvement. It's the story of a man who must push the limits of what it means to be strong. It's about discovering the power that we all have buried deep inside. It's basically just a fight, but the dialogue and character designs are what set this map apart from the crowd. Discover your true power level in Euphoria Chad. We've already seen someone build a first-person shooter in Overgrowth, but what about a racing game, I hear you ask? Well, Surak has the answer, and that answer is Too Fast for You. Once again, any remnants of Overgrowth are stripped away, and what remains is a high-speed race through the streets of a colourful city. You're competing with all manner of crazy-looking vehicles to get to the docks and pass the finish line. Keep your eyes open for any shortcuts along the way, and don't forget, this is still Overgrowth. Oh, and did we mention there's an in-game timer? Meaning this map actually has some very fun speedrun potential. Learn the importance of family in Too Fast for You. For the first time in a long time, Map Jam organizer Phase7 was able to enter, and it's safe to say they went all out, creating Cyperpunk Viking Ninja Rabbit Fighting Simulator. This is a tournament in which you play a, Cyberpunk Viking Ninja Rabbit who can charge up power and gain access to 2 different super moves, a Brutal Blast and a Deadly Dash. And you'll definitely need to use these abilities to defeat a diverse group of Centurion warriors in a battle to the death. Unleash your power in Cyberpunk Viking Ninja Rabbit Fighting Simulator. Next up, we have Mook's first ever creation, and it does not show. Take control of McGraw, a private eye tasked with finding a missing person in a desert wasteland filled with bandits and backstabbers. With a fun custom character, exciting dialogue, and some crazy fights, this map does not feel like it was created by a beginner. The mystery builds in this first of hopefully many installments, and those who play are even encouraged to give feedback, meaning this project could be a collaborative endeavor with Mook and the community. We can't wait to see what Mook does next, both with McGraw and with other maps in the future. Crack the case in McGraw. And finally, we have the winner of the July 2021 Overgrowth Map Jam.
Die Seelenwanderung
By Yanwan Ken! This entry is a multi-level campaign that is packed with variety. Ken was clearly inspired by multiple animes, TV shows, and video games because each of these levels will have you getting into fights, solving puzzles, and experiencing spectacle after spectacle, all inspired by different properties. We don't want to spoil everything, but some of the things you might come up against in this mod range from Mortal Kombat's Reptile to the Beast Titan from Attack on Titan. Each stage is completely different from the last and will have you stepping into loads of different roles. The sheer scale on display here is impressive, with 6 whole levels that you'll have no hope of predicting. It's really awesome to see what people can concoct when there's no theme to the jam. Try to keep up in
Die Seelenwanderung.
And those were the entries for the July 2021 Overgrowth Map Jam. We cannot express how much we appreciate the work that went into all these different creations. You can find all the entries in the description of this video and we highly recommend you check them all out. And if you'd like to take part in the next map jam, either by creating a map or voting on the winner, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is also linked down below. Hey, if you liked this video, maybe you'd enjoy our video on the last map jam, which is on your screen right now. And please consider subscribing so you don't miss our next upload. I've been Moz, and I'll see you next time.